Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the next episode of my Zulu campaign. Okay, I need to explain a few things. Well, I think one or two things. I don't know, I'll just explain some things. Firstly, why are we starting a new game? Well, I played through the map a little bit more, the map that I made, the Egg and Moon, which was the basis of the first and the second episode, as well as the additional episode that I had recorded. But it turned out that the map, well, I'm not very happy with it. Let's just say that. So I decided I'm going to actually start a new map, this time based on a vanilla map seed, I believe. And this time we are playing on a large Pangea map, and everyone is on King difficulty. Well, all the AIs apart from me. Now, on King difficulty, I think they just start off with an additional warrior, which isn't too bad. So that is, I think, it. Also, I figured out a way of how to make this recording in 60 frames a second. So now everything should feel as smooth as, I don't know, what something smooth. The surface of a glass cup. A smooth glass cup, I need to make that distinction. Okay, so let's take a look at our starting position. We are playing as the Zulus. We are playing as Shaka, leader of the Zulus. And our starting position looks pretty nice, in fact. If we can get the Pantheon that gives us bonuses for gold and silver, we are going to be in an amazing start. Another amazing thing, we start by a river, and there's also mountains nearby. Now, I am tempted to actually move onto this silver tile right here. I believe when we settle a city, it'll actually add 2 food to the tile itself. But the reason why I want to move to here is because I'll be adjacent to a mountain and a river at the same time, which for scientific pursuits is amazing. If you're next to a mountain, you can build an observatory which increases science by 50%, coupled with the what is it? The National College, I think? Yeah, coupled with the National College, that'll increase science by 100%, and just alone, that'll give the National College making 6 science. And then, of course, with everything else as well. And the reason why the river here is important, because we can create a whole bunch of food-related stuff. For instance, we can create the watermill. The watermill can only be built next to a river, and provides +2 food and 1 production, which is very nice, considering you could also build a granary, which gives +2 food, and also wheat and banana resources are improved. But if we look around, we don't really have any wheat or banana resources. So I think I'm going to send my warrior out to explore something before I decide to settle. So is this jungle over here? If this is jungle over here, that's going to be amazing for us. So let's go and check. Okay, it's only 1 jungle tile, but there are more jungle tiles nearby. So I suppose that'd be good for scientific advancement. One of the downsides of playing as the Zulus, one of the downsides to playing Zulus is, once you get the impies, you kind of go on a massive rampage and start to try to kill everything. And that kind of leaves your scientific advancements kind of behind, if you don't kill anyone soon. So the medieval era is where the Zulus actually shine. Also, there is no background music. Why? I don't know. I just don't know. I don't want this thing to be copyright claimed or anything, but I believe that only happens if you are monetizing these videos, of which I am not. But I don't want to risk it anyway. So, I'm going to send my Zulu settler over to the silver tile. We'll still be in range of everything. 1, 2, yeah, we can still get this gold, this silver, this stone. We'll have mountains, so we could also build Machu Picchu, if possible. Let's see, how far out of the way is Machu Picchu? Where does Machu Picchu come in? Machu Picchu comes in guilds. So we need guilds for chivalry. Okay, it's not too far out the way. No, because we need currency to research civil service anyway. Then we can go from currency and get to guilds, and then just get Machu Picchu. That'll help our economy, provided somebody else hasn't built it already by then. So, as for our early game strategy, what are we going to do? Firstly, I'm going to move to here. We'll lose 1 turn, but that'd be perfectly fine. We'll manage to keep up with our scientific advancements. In terms of science, Zulus are just like a normal, everyday civilization. That's not Babylon or... the other dude, Korea. So we settle the city here, and we do indeed gain 2 food over here. And as for what we are currently working on, we're currently working on this tile over here. Now let's go and send our dude out to explore a bit more. We already found some ancient ruins, which is great. On the other map, ancient ruins were pretty much non-existent, which is one reason why I decided not to go through with, you know, maintaining that series. Or that playthrough, should I say. This is still the same series. Okay, so our technology, what should we go and research first? Well, we do have a bunch of silver, stone, gold, and if we research mining first, then that'll immediately give us access to the silver that's on this tile. However, mining is not necessary to get to civil service, which gives us our impies. But we do need it anyway. Let's see, we do need mining for the Ikanda, which is one of our very important buildings. So if we go mining, bronze working... No, how about we go pottery, writing, just so that we can get the library as soon as possible. And then we go maybe mining, bronze working, archery, animal husbandry, and then we start along civil service. Now, after animal husbandry, let's go philosophy. So, let's go writing, mining, bronze working, archery, animal husbandry, philosophy. Oh, and that is my Skype. Hold on, let me just turn that off for the time being. Do not disturb me, people on the potatoes chat. Thank you. And, is this good? I'll change it when I need something else later on. For now, this will be fine. It'll just be perfectly fine. So let's end our turn. Now, I don't know who is on the map at all. We haven't found anyone yet, and there was no way to actually... Well, just believe me when I say I didn't actually pick anyone or any specific NPCs to be on this map. This is probably the time when I realized, oh, wait a minute, I probably did, but hey, I have really bad memory. So there's a whole bunch of jungle near us, which is good for science, but not so good for being invaded. It sounds like a kind of like as a dual-purpose sword, I believe. If you get invaded... Ooh.
Bienvenue. Je suis Napoléon, de France. Le militaire le plus intelligent de l'histoire mondiale.
So we have discovered Napoleon of France.
Continue.
I don't know how he saw me. Oh, okay, so he exists somewhere south of me. He might be a useful target to attack, eventually. You know, when we get the stuff. So we are here, let's have you automatically go and get that. I don't even know what our ancient rune over here gave me. I don't know, maybe it just gave us money? I think that is. But anyway, rough terrain serves as a dual-edged sword whenever it comes to defending and attacking and being invaded. Firstly, if you can maintain your position in the jungle, then that'd be amazing. But if you lose your position and you break out of the jungle, then they gain the defensive terrain bonus and they become much harder to kill. So we have discovered... Ooh, we've discovered animal husbandry? Yeah, free tech. Amazing. That is going to help speed us up. Well, we are still kind of at the bottom of the leaderboard, which is, you know, that happens all the time. But, as I mentioned, the leaderboard doesn't really account for much. I say that, but I always point it out at the same time as well, so it's kind of like I kind of care, but I kind of don't care. Well, it doesn't really provide too much information. Now, if we go and hover over, say, Napoleon... Wow. Wait. Why did I suddenly jump up? Was that just because of population? 7 from population... Yeah, indeed. Okay, so population immediately gives extra score. Okay. Now we still have even more ancient ruins over here. There's quite a lot of mountainous regions over here. So if we can find Mount Kilimanjaro, and we can settle near there, then that is going to give us such a huge advantage, you don't even know how amazing that'll be. Unless, of course, you do know how amazing that'll be. If you're on to way Mount Kilimanjaro, when you move close to it, it provides you with a altitude training promotion to all of your units, which gives you double movement in hills. Now for scouts, this is amazing. For everything else, it is also pretty good, but not as amazing as it is on scouts or people that ignore defensive terrain, or not defensive terrain, rough terrain penalties. Now we discovered a barbarian encampment that's somewhat close to our location, but I don't think we have to worry too much about it. I am going to hard create a worker, I think. Let's see. Should I go for a worker or should I go for a dude? A settling dude. I think maybe I should go for a settler dude. You know what, let's go for a settler dude. No, but, okay. My thought processes when thinking of, wow, what's up with the frame rate? Oh my god, I thought I solved this. Okay, never mind. What I'm thinking of is I'm going to start off with the honor social policy track. I'm going to open up honor, then I'm going to start gaining the promotions from honor. Why am I doing this? Simply because gaining honor, actually, as you can tell when you adopt it, it gives you culture for each barbarian unit killed, and also gives us the Statue of Zeus, which is an amazing thing for any warlike people. So we're just going to continue to explore about. We've discovered a map that outlines the area, so there's the coast over here. I don't really see too many nice places to settle. I mean, it could be nice to settle over here near where the incense is, but we can't really gain a very good vision on that area just yet. We need to wait a couple more turns. Should I... You know what, I'll move up to here, and then I'll try and attack them. If you're surrounded on two sides by enemy units, then you suffer a penalty towards your combat strength, simply because you're being flanked. That's how flanking works in this game. So let's take... Ooh, so... Okay, we can't settle near this incense because Paris is here. But we're going to take Paris later anyway, so that doesn't matter. He very irritatingly moved onto the tile that I was going to move on to, which kind of prevents me from exploring too much, but hey. There is quite a lot of desert around us, so Petra is available for us to build. We are adjacent to a desert tile, so we could build it in Ulundi, our capital. Let's just go and attack here. Okay, the frame rate is back to 30 frames a second. Why? Now it's up. Wow, okay. I've done very little testing about this. So, Napoleon, you want to sell an embassy? No, I don't want to. Why do I not want to? Well, I'll decide a bit later on, in fact. Wait, that means he already has writing. Oh my god. Napoleon, do you have writing already? 16 from tech, 12... He probably already has writing, wow. That's because I started off with mining, then pottery, but even if I didn't start off with mining, he must have got a technology ancient ruin. That's the only thing I can think of that made him get writing so fast. Writing on turn 17? It doesn't seem right at all, in fact. But oh well. This barbarian unit is going to move out of my attack range out of the next... Oh no, never mind, he's going to try and attack me. The moron. He kind of died. Unfortunately, we don't have piety yet. Not piety, oh my god, we're not going for piety as the Zulus. We don't have honor just yet, so we didn't get any culture for that, which is unfortunate. I believe it's 8 culture every time you kill a unit, or a barbarian unit at least. And that really helps, especially when 8 is like, well, quite a large percentage of how much we need to actually get our social policy up. Later on, the social policies become less and less frequently, unless of course you're Poland, in which case you can get them like every era. At least once every era. That doesn't sound really good, but it's a free social policy. I don't even know if it actually increases the cost of the next policy. I know certain things in the game do increase the costs of things like that. For instance, the Myers long count bonus, which gives them a free great person after a certain amount of time has passed, or on a certain date. If you use that, it'll actually increase the cost of that great person to actually make one. It's technically a free one, but it comes at It's free, but it comes at a cost. Yeah, that doesn't make it sound good. Ooh, there's marble over here. And I think it's sufficiently far away from Paris. Now, the other thing... Okay, I kind of need to bring my warrior... Oh my god, how did you get there? If I move to here, those guys are going to want to jump out and attack me. Then I can only move one square... man. Okay, I need to get my dude back over to Ulindi. It's going to take a while, but it should hopefully work out. The reason why I want to do this is because I want to escort my settler when he's made in 5 turns. As for a place to settle, I haven't really found a good place to settle just yet. I'm thinking maybe up along here, but this area hasn't been explored. There is sugar over here, which gives us a nice diversity of unique stuff. Do we have silver in our... Yeah, we do have silver in our resource list right now. Let's move you guys out the way, and then let's shoot these guys. We'll gain a social policy in 3 turns, so if we leave these barbarian brutes alive until then, we should be fine. You know what, I'm gonna go down here simply to uncover this guy over here. We gain 30 extra gold. We're at 240 gold per turn. We're still at +4 per turn, which, you know, on turn 23 isn't outlandish at all. I mean, we're not spending too much on either unit or building maintenance, which is very nice. I'm going to move you down to here and then have you heal up. I want to kill that barbarian unit after I obtain the honor social policy. So when it comes to France, what do they have? They have a decent amount of food around them. They have incense, and 1, 2, 3, they might be able to get the gold depending on if their border expands out to there. I'm pretty sure they don't have a worker yet, but I could be wrong. We are again at the very bottom of the list, which, you know, I'm sorry to keep pointing that out. In fact, you know what? I'm going to actually turn that points list off. Single player score list, do that. Another negative about the, well, a negative about the user interface in this game is if you have the scoreboard on and you have, say, a load of pop-ups along here, where this social policy thing just arrived, you kind of can't click underneath the scoreboard. So we're going to unlock honor, and then we're going to shoot this guy. This should give us 8 culture, which should bring us up to 16. Yep. Wait, what? Oh, okay, sorry. I looked at that and thought that it was what we started off at, but no. Apparently it happens immediately as you click the order. You don't need to wait until the animation's finished, which I can understand because there is an option in the game that says turn off the animation. So there is a barbarian camp over here. We can kill it, in fact. So we do have our settler now. What should we go for next? We could either go for a shrine or a granary. If we go for a shrine, that will help to improve our faith. You know what, actually, yeah. I want to do something particular with the faith in this time around. Oh wow, there's an ancient ruin right next to the barbarian encampment. Anyway, so where do I want to settle? I preferably would like to settle next to a unique resource that I have not discovered yet. You know, let's actually purchase a scout. Not the best use of our money, I know. But, hey, I don't do things on like a min-max basis. I sometimes try to do things on a min-max basis. Oh no, they just... what? Oh, I wanted to kill that barbarian unit. So these guys are going to attack me. We dealt way more damage to them than they did to us. And let's go and check down here. Goddess of protection... not very bad. Let's take a look at what pantheons have been taken. Quarries and range combat strength. Okay, not too bad. Let's see, who is... ooh!
Ik ben Willem van Oranje, stadhouder over de Nederlanden. Behoeft gij iets? Mij staat nog veel te doen.
Now, this guy is fun. I mean, just look at him. He's very regal. In fact, That thing, that cap up there, I haven't actually seen that before. I know the Jewish wear a fedora, but that doesn't look like a fedora. I don't even know what that is. Is that like a Dutch article of clothing or something? I could just be being, kind of oblivious to these things, but hey. His top looks absolutely amazing, but then his legs, it kind of looked like he failed to dress up. He even looked like he's wearing slippers. But hey, who am I to question the regality of what noble people wear? So, the Netherlands, I am actually going to exchange embassies with them.
Heel goed.
They are not a warlike nation, so I don't want to... So, there's no reason to prevent him from seeing where my capital is, as long as I can also see his capital. So he lives over here. Wow! He has so much silver, so much stone as well. Does he have the one from quarries? Let's see. Dutch Pantheon. Oh no, he has ranged combat strength. That's going to be a little bit problematic for me when I go to attack, but it shouldn't be too bad. We do want to build the statue of Zeus when we can. That gives us 15% combat strength against cities, which is very useful when you're, well, attacking cities. So let's see, if I move onto this tile, I don't think I'll die unless they spawn something. Do I want to risk my position? No, I don't want to risk my position. I want to try and keep this unit alive for as long as possible. Let's see. I think I shall heal myself here, in fact. And you scouts are done exploring. It's a shame that we spawn so close to a desert. Desert tiles are really good when it has Petra, because it gives +1 food and 1 production to every desert tile, which changes them from absolutely useless to somewhat functional. I think it turns it into a plains tile, I think. Can we actually see any plains tile? Yes, it does. It turns them all into a plains tile. Not as good as grassland, but, well, I suppose. They both have their advantages. The extra production does add up if you're in a whole bunch of, plains areas and such. So we managed to kill that unit. We gained 8 more, 8 more culture. I think maybe over here would be a pretty decent place to settle, somewhere. It doesn't really matter exactly where we settle, does it? I'm kind of sounding like unsure about this. I do have a strategy for this. I do have a plan for how I'm going to do this. Mainly it just revolves around, getting the impies as soon as possible, and then the Ikanda, which we are currently working towards. The Ikanda will serve our units pretty well until we upgrade to gunpowder units. And of course the impies are not gunpowder units themselves, they are actually just before then. So as for what promotion we should get, let's go for... I kind of want to go for amphibious, so that I can simply defend myself and, for the extra utility. The cover is useful when attacking a city. Unfortunately, this unit does not upgrade into a spearman, which upgrades into a impy. Maybe we should, let's just be simple. Let's go for a drill again. We are inside our own territory again, so that's good. Let's see, I really hope we don't get assaulted by a, I really hope we don't find a barbarian around here when I'm exploring with my settler. That's always the risk you should take. And I really shouldn't put myself in this position where I can have my settler just stolen from me. Just like that. But I'm kind of getting impatient, really. I want to settle another city. I am planning on going somewhat wide with the city, with this civilization. But most of my empire will be from my conquests. For instance, we have France over here, which has access to incense, which is something that we don't have, so they will be a useful target to attack. I'm not sure if I want to attack the city-state, because I can keep them as trading partners and preferably ally with them. Speaking of which, nobody has a quest for me yet. Wow, Napoleon. Oh my god, Napoleon, you're doing so good. let us move this dude back one and then attack these guys. This means that it'll take these guys one turn to move to here and I can kill them on the next turn. I am still not seeing anyone. Still no. There is a river over here, so I might want to go settle near there. But the more I keep my settler out without a person nearby, without a defensive unit or a melee unit nearby, the more risk I have to suffer. So let's have you gain... let's gain cover, I suppose. The reason why I like cover, it helps when you're attacking cities, because it reduces the damage that you take from all ranged attacks. I assume it applies to cities as well, but hey. Okay, so on the next turn we can clear this encampment, and LaSalle wants me to create a Great Admiral. Oh, come on LaSalle, that's like just as bad as asking me to build, say, the Hubble Space Telescope at, like, well, in the ancient era. Let's move our dude along. And this guy, there's still no one nearby. There is sugar here, so this would be a great place to settle nearby. It's got a decent amount of jungle, got a decent amount of food, it has fish. I'd say this is a nice place to settle, so let's settle. And let's have you begin working on... oh man, 70 turns for a worker. That is so bad. One thing I didn't pay attention to is that there's very little production nearby. Oh man. So let's go to Ulindi and let's make a worker now. I should... either make a worker or go for a library. If there is someone nearby that I can steal a worker from, that'd be great. But I don't really see that happening. Although I do see it happening. I'm just not tempted to go for that right at this instant. 70 turns for a worker. I don't think that's worth it, even if it is a worker. I could easily make 2 workers in my capital, then send one over to Umgungundlovu before they finish a worker themselves. Huh. Let's just go for a shrine, I suppose. We are going to want to go religious. I'm not sure how religious the Zulus themselves actually were. I'm not even sure what their belief system was like at all. So I'm sending my Zulu warrior over here because of some reason. Oh my god. Okay, let's upgrade our unit, let's clear this encampment, and that'll be the end of this episode for today. Well, you know, for this episode. Let's move this dude back one. Let's have him heal up, in fact. And you guys also heal. Sure. Unknown civilization is believing in gods of the open sky, +1 culture from pasture. That's fine. That doesn't impact us whatsoever. Oh, Amsterdam or the Netherlands are currently trying to send a settler out. I haven't seen where Paris is settling, but hey. Anyway guys, that would be it for this episode. I believe this is episode 3 of the Zulu campaign. I will see you guys in the next episode. And hopefully I will be a little less scatterbrained and unsure of what I'm doing. I will see you guys then. Take care.